We back, man. Feels good, bro. Like I said, bro, I feel like we've been out of it for a while. Had the mini vacay. I'm back. I'm feeling good, though, bro. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm glad you enjoyed your little birthday weekend.
Yeah, man.
Happy day to you,
I
bro.
still feel like I'm still recovering a little bit, man. You know what I mean? I thought I was all good. I came back today, had a coffee, bro. That shit like kind of spit me in the frenzy. I don't know what happened. Little H2O saw the problem, though. It's all good. It's all good.
We're just a couple kids with kids, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
But we got preseason football coming up this weekend. It started last week, but that game don't count. Yep. But we did see today out on Twitter that we got football every weekend until February, bro. So we're back.
We back. Not only that, I know we was trying to figure out, who's going to play, who's not. But I think it's good kind of, seeing the news that whatever controversy they may bring to Deshaun Watson is going to play. You got a Matt Ryan out there starting. So we'll see some bigger names and kind of see what gets released as the days come on, you know what I mean? But we did see Jacobs, he played for the Raiders, and they had a few starters out there. It's kind of sad to see the Mekhi Becton news come out. The other day, he pretty much just a broken kneecap, which is terrible. He suffered a Saint. Yeah, that sounds terrible, man. And it actually happened to be on the same knee they injured last year. They was dealing with, I believe it was an ACL. So it's tough, man. You got a young guy who, you drafted him to kind of be that perennial star for you amongst that offensive line to kind of be that cornerstone. And they haven't seen it all. And from everything I was hearing coming out of camp, he was in great shape. He was, doing everything well. He looked great. And just to see him go down again, it's terrible to see. But then not only that, the Jets fan base, they was just kind of just bringing out the pitchforks on him early, man, just bagging on him early. So I think it's tough to see that for a young player, but as they say, man, the best ability is availability. So
right.
Definitely hope he'll be able to bounce back from that.
I do know, too, that they were talking about, and they might have already brought him in for a workout, Dwayne Brown, old Dwayne Brown, too.
Yeah.
Coming in there to try to fill that gap. But I do hope that this doesn't stunt, like, Zach Wilson's progression. Hopefully they can get a guy in there so that he can utilize those weapons the way they planned. That is very unfortunate for Mekhi Becton, though. Young boy. He hasn't got to play a full season yet, I don't think.
Nah.
That's really unfortunate. That's a big guy, too,
as far as Dwayne Brown, they did bring him in for a workout prior to the news happening.
Ooh.
And it sounds like, so it sounds like they already wanted him as far as depth, you know what I mean? Just getting some guys along that offensive line, as far as that swing tackle, just having somebody back there. So now, losing them in general, I think it's more than ever, more than evident, and I think they want to go ahead and bring him in and go ahead and get that started.
Hypothetically speaking, what if the Jets reached out for Tyron Smith and offered like a 1? Are you willing to make that move? They're probably going to have a top 10 pick.
Not this year.
No? Okay.
I mean, unless you're willing to just kind of just throw away this year, you know what I mean, if you're on that side of it. Because I'm going to tell you like this. If we lose Tyron Smith, and I don't know who we rolling out there left tackle. If we roll out a Josh Ball, that's bad news for Dak. If we even try to move Tyler Smith over, now you got Tyler on the outside, and we talked about this problem. He's not ready to be a day one starter at left tackle. It's going to be bad all around. So they can go ahead and we might be dealing with a high draft pick on themselves if that's the case. So
Right.
It might be a quick rebuild if that's the way you want to look at it. So.
No, I just want to get a quick hypothetical. I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do that at all.
No. It's crazy, though, because as soon as Tyron goes down these last couple of years, he just goes to shit on offense.
Right.
They expect more out of a Zach Martin, and we just end up in trouble. So, no, I wouldn't do that.
Let's talk about a few of the trades, that's going on. It's being talked about anyway. You see a Roquan Smith come out. I think we should go ahead and touch on that right away, and also a Kareem Hunt holdout situation and how that'll play out.
Yeah.
But as far as Roquan Smith, man, you talk about the trade. Let me get him in Dallas.
What?
You know what I mean?
What?
I don't know how much you're willing to pay. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just intrigued by the opportunity to get him beside of Michael Parsons. But I'm sure he probably got like 31 other teams that's willing to, just depending on who has the cap space and willing to give up the capital. Yeah.
He got the XFL calling for trades too. The hypothetical trade would be like, what if we could call Chicago and say, hey, He doesn't want to play there, but we have a quick replacement at linebacker, not the same caliber, way cheaper. We can give you a Leighton Vander Esch on the last year of his deal, and we'll slide in a third-round pick. We're not going to give you any second or first. Like, he don't want to be there, so you're not going to take advantage of us. We're trying to help you out. What if we could be like, hey, here's a third and a Vander Esch. We'll take him.
Oh. Well, would they hop on it? Because, hey, I'm signing off on that right away. You know what I mean? Probably have to give up a little bit more than that, to be honest.
Right.
But yeah.
I know I saw Phil Yates mentioned. He was like, if you're Pittsburgh, why not offer, like, Claypool in a first and get him in there next to Devin Bush, T.J. Watt?
Yeah.
Because it don't matter who's at quarterback
a lot
if
of
your
people
defense
that could
is
use
good.
him. Like, even Baltimore could use a solid linebacker over there. I think that would complete everything. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of teams. I see rumors that even the Patriots and Bill Belichick. You ever see that meme where he putting on the goggles and you get the look at it? You know what I mean? Seen a lot of that going around. So like I said, a lot of teams will be signing up. But to be honest, I just think it's a little. They playing a little chess right now. You know what I mean? He wants his contract. He's like, all right, they don't value me. I'm out. And then you got the GM just coming back out and like, hey, we're going to sign him. But then, as you can see, it was breaking news today that, you know what I mean, the GM also was like, oh, you want to play hardball? Now I'm going to take you off the PUP list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to have to show up. And if you don't show up, you're going to get fined for it. So now you see they playing a little chess back and forth. But at the end of the day, I don't even think Roquan Smith will leave. I think they'll cave in and end up giving him this contract. It's just a little leverage play at this point.
But if you're Roquan, why wouldn't you try to get out of this situation in Chicago? It's a disaster. They have no cap space. They're in cap hell. So why not just force your hand, like, guys, just get rid of me. Whatever you can get for me, I'll go anywhere else. Because it wouldn't be smart for, like, a Jacksonville, a New York, any of the New York teams to try to give up a 1 or 2. He'd go to a good situation. Because why would you give up high draft capital if you're possibly going to have a top 10 pick to go get that guy?
Yeah. I mean, it may make sense. I don't know what the plan is over there in Chicago at this point. Like you say, they don't really have that cap space. But that's probably your last guy outside of Fields that you feel like very promising about. I think that would hit the Chicago Bears hard, but I think the fan base a lot harder. I think they'd be ready to throw in the towel at that point because, you know what I mean, he's a guy they've already, you know what I mean, grown to love already. He's, to me, a top 3 linebacker in this league. So if you're willing to give up on him, you better be getting the capital back to put some pieces around Justin Fields if that's the direction you want to go.
Right. Especially, like, Would you say he's the best player in Chicago, just off the top of your head?
Yeah.
I agree.
I do.
But I do think, like, a contender, like a playoff contender, it would be a good idea to make a move there. But Kareem Hunt is holding in, and I want to get your raw take on this. So holding in, he wants to get extended. Is he in the wrong for this? So Cleveland took a shot on him following the video that surfaced of him kicking the lady. So they're kind of sitting there probably to themselves like, hey, bro, we went on a limb for you, and now you're going to hold in? Like, we looked out for you. You can look out for us, right? Or do you just go about your career like this is old news? We're all past that. In that situation, is Kareem Hunt right or wrong, in your opinion?
Oh, I think he's absolutely in the right. I mean, we've seen how they devalue the running back positions. I'm not sure when his contract is up, but obviously he wants his money because he's been seeing the landscape of everything and how it's going. You have Chubb getting the bulk of the carries. You see Darren Johnson last year came in. I believe at this point, maybe he wants to earn this money and go somewhere where he can be the featured back and prove he's still elite running back in this league. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with that because at the given rate, he won't have the production to match what he's probably wants to ask for. So I think from his standpoint, he's like, I can do it. Let me just go prove it somewhere and get paid. You know what I mean? If not, he's going to get lowball. You already know how it's going to go.
Right.
So I can't knock that at all. Get your money.
Do you think, like, what do you think is a fair compensation trade-wise for Kareem Hunt? Like a third, a fourth?
Oh, he won't. I'm not even sure if you're willing to go. It depends on who it is. You know what I mean? Like you say, depending on the team. I think if you think that'll push you over the top, maybe. I don't think you would just give that up, have to pay him. Obviously, he wants to get paid when you can just take a running back third or fourth or higher the next year and probably give you close to or even better the production. So I think at this point, we've seen players like Amari Cooper go for fifth. Obviously, we know how we feel about that. So will Kareem Hunt bring back a fifth? Maybe a 6th round, a pick swap or something. We'll toss in a little play here and there just to sweeten the pot a little bit. But I'm not sure if you'll get 4th round or higher.
I do think, too, that his timing is terrible. I feel like every team in the league has addressed the running back position. It's too late probably to go to Buffalo. They draft James Cook. New York just got Brees Hall. They got Michael Carter over there. Everybody's got a room full of running backs. Matter of fact, the Raiders have like 8 of them. So,
Right. Miami got like 10 of them.
Oh, Miami
You know
got
what
10.
I'm saying? So,
New England got another 10. So, on top of that, you're going to have these guys start getting cut from these rosters, becoming free agents, and you can go sign probably like a Dearness Johnson or Miami can't keep all those guys. Like, there's a chance Mostert gets cut, and you could go sign him for a cheap deal. I think his timing is terrible.
it's one team that makes sense, though.
Who is that?
I'll let you go ahead and finish.
No, I was going to say, but potential landing spot, if he went to Buffalo, dude, that would be insane.
Not only Buffalo, I would say Philly. You know what I mean? Only because the type of running backs they have, like, it's all like smaller scat backs. They have Miles Sanders, who I think they're on two sides of the fence. I think they like Miles Sanders, but you don't know if he can be a 3-down guy as far as carry the load. But they need a big physical guy over there, and I think they signed one today, Torrey. So they're looking for some running backs. Obviously, they're still trying to figure out their running back situation over there. If they got a Kareem Hunt, I think he will fit perfectly in there because they still need some guy to kind of step in and be the bell cow.
Well, I do hope he avoids the NFC East altogether.
Yeah. So,
but I wouldn't be surprised if Sean McVay goes and scoops him up because he'll probably have Roquan Smith and Kareem Hunt by Sunday mornings, and then they'll just have all the salary cap.
Everybody they can get, bro.
They're gonna give up like
I don't know where they pull the money out. What they call it, the wahoosh. They
probably
just throwing that money around, man. So
they're probably gonna give up like their 2034 first round pick.
And in case you missed it, I did see the OBJ Von Miller recruitment popped out.
How do you feel about it's
kind of funny.
Von Miller's new to Buffalo, like he's brand new there. So how do you feel about a player? He is a veteran, but how do you really feel about you sign a guy, you're expecting him to do well for you, but then he's out here recruiting guys on Twitter? Like as a GM, do you think you're cool with that?
I mean, I think you got to be right. He's a veteran. He's proven. And to be honest, what they're doing over there, we call that ring chasing. You know what I'm saying? Kind of remind me of the NBA situation now where you see these guys just going to they're trying to get their rings, bro. And OBJ, he see Von Miller, they both signed up with the Rams last year. I think they're looking at the situation hey, let's get together, let's do it again.
I completely forgot that they were together last season. That's crazy. That's on me. Okay, so that makes more sense.
They're trying to do a repeat. So I'm not mad at it if I'm the GM.
That might be the magic mix.
I mean, if he willing to take a nice little deal, bring him in. You get Stephon Diggs and OBJ. You already got Gabriel over there. Slide him to the number 3 spot. It's gonna get real dangerous.
As far as guys that are playing this weekend or should play this weekend, I'm excited to see what Tyquan Thornton looks like over in New England. That's the speedster from Baylor coming out. Okay. I just want to see what his on the field speed looks like compared to his 40 time, honestly, because he was.
Right.
I think he's the one that broke the record. Another one is Trey Sermon, and I am very interested to see what he looks like because there could be a strong chance he gets cut this offseason. So you bring in a Tyrion Davis-Price. You've got Elijah Mitchell, Hasty, Jeff Wilson. Juszczyk's going to take up a running back spot / fullback. So there's a chance Trey Sermon, a third-round pick, gets cut here in a couple weeks.
That's a high take, bro. Yeah, because I know a lot of people, especially in the fantasy side, they've been taking some chances on him. They like him, so definitely. But Shanahan, he likes his running backs over there, so he be switching them in and out. So yeah, that's definitely interesting right there, man. Anybody else, or that's kind of just the main two that you're looking at?
No, off the top of my head, that's the only two that really. Romeo Doubs for Green Bay. There's big reports coming out of camp on him that he's out there lighting it up, looking like the wide receiver 1. Obviously, he's not looking like Devontae Adams out there. But what about you? You seen anything that you like?
It's an interesting battle I want to see play out, right? We all seen the Houston Texans. They drafted Stingley over Sauce Gardner. So I want to see between these two which one kind of comes out and just kind of put a stamp on. I think both will. I've seen highlights and rumors coming out that Stingley is looking like a beast over there in Texans. He's been locking it up. And I've heard the same from Gardner, so I want to see that play out because that might be a conversation that we may be having from years from now. So that's two guys right away. And another guy I want to see is George Pickens. I want to see if he lives up to the hype. There was a lot of receivers taking a hit of him, a lot of rookie receivers that we're going to have to see, but I want to see if he's the one that takes that step forward. Because from everything I've been hearing, it's been a hell of a start so far.
I assume too that Mariota will play. Pretty much all these guys that switch teams this year should be playing, like your Matt Ryan, Deshaun, Mariota. So I am interested to see who looks better out of Mariota and Desmond Ridder. I doubt Tannehill plays this week, but we'll probably see Malik Willis out there.
Oh, I'm excited to see Malik Willis.
Carolina's going to probably have Baker, Sam, Corral out there playing. That'll be fun. And then Washington's got Wentz probably won't play, but they'll probably have Heineke out there. Who'd they take? The quarterback they drafted.
I think Wentz should get some snaps, bro.
You think so?
I've been hearing Wentz have been having some accuracy issues in training camp. So they can act like they worried or not worried, however you want to, put that. But I think you want to get your starting quarterback out there. Like, he's one of the guys that's had a change of scenery. I think you want to, get him out there and get him some reps. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Wentz this week at all. And like you said, Carolina, I did hear that Baker is taking a hold of that position. So
which makes
that's
sense.
Interesting. Not only that, Seattle.
Ooh.
It's weird seeing Geno Smith being, fully entrenched over. I'm like, Geno? But, I guess Drew Lock is really trash.
I didn't see that coming.
But, yeah, man, it's going to be good just to get some football, man, seeing some big names out here. So, man, I'm excited. I'll be sitting back all weekend just chilling, man, just seeing everything, man, just kind of watching and see how everything transpires.
I can't wait, bro. So just to hit you on a little smoke or fire, bro, I am seeing that Mac Jones is looking terrible out there at practice, and I want to ask you pretty much, you think it's smoke or you think it's fire? You think it's just Belichick doing his thing, trying to be secretive?
It might be a little fire there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who you're trying to fool. I mean, we've seen him come out last year and have a good rookie season, so we're not expecting him to look terrible. We're expecting him to build on it. So I think just seeing the news come out, I think it could be some fire. But at the same time, sometimes you got to pump the brakes on it a little bit. I think he could be looking terrible. But I know in the offseason, when you have quarterbacks, a lot of them like to try to tight one on throws and try to, try to get the timing down and try a lot of throws that they probably normally wouldn't take in the regular season. So I think before you even get to that point, you need to try some throws, get your timing down, and just kind of see how it works. So he could be looking terrible right now, but I'm comfortable with Bill Belichick. I think he'll put him in the best position regardless. So yeah.
The reason I'm gonna go fire on that too. The reason I say that is apparently Patricia's taken over as the OC in New England, and that's just seems like a setup for disaster. I don't know how involved Bill will be on the offensive side if that is the case. I feel like he'll probably micromanage that quite a bit and readdress that the offensive coordinator role after this season, unless Patricia lights it up, which I don't see. But I think the fire is there, and I think it's probably because of Matt Patricia.
It's interesting, bro. Matt, hey, we're going to see.
Pencil in the ear, Matt.
We're going to see, man. Yeah, so Bill shuffling him around. Now, do you think if that position gets like a little out of hand, you think Bill Belichick could step in and, kind of right the ship?
Well, I imagine I doubt Patricia's ever called plays. So if that is the case, I wonder how much control he'll actually have over the offense. I almost imagine Bill will be sitting there like, hey, we're running the ball outside here. We're running the ball inside, getting outside zone here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he'll just have full reign. Yeah. I don't think you can do that.
Cool.
So, I do think it'll be a micromanaged situation. But I hope it doesn't affect the defense or anything else. Because, Belichick beat us with special teams a few years ago. He had his hands in that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Bill going to do Bill things. Yeah, for sure. Yep.
But I appreciate you all for tuning in. This is the Shilling and Stunner podcast. You got any final words?
Hey, look, y'all know the vibes, man. If you don't know, now you know. You know what I mean? We're going to be here. We're going to be dropping every week, man. So just stay tuned in. Hit that like, share, subscribe. And if you haven't done already, hit that notification bell. And just stay tuned in. We'll be back. Peace.
Thank you.